Hello, welcome back. Today's gonna be a bit different because I'm giving you a story time. Before I start the story time, make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. Yeah, you're gonna need a seatbelt for this one because it sounds. I'm traumatized, but like, I'm not too traumatized. But so yeah, today's video is gonna be a story time, how I nearly, passed on to another life, Let's get into what happened. I've written down some notes so I don't forget anything in this cute book that I got for Christmas. Anyway, it's a diary, not a book. So obviously this was on Halloween, and before everyone starts, yes, COVID was around, but it was like 6 people. There wasn't no one there. It was literally nothing. And when you hear why I say there was literally only 6 people could get into where we were. It started on Halloween. We planned we're going to go to this place, and we were all ready. Our costumes, everything ready. I brought these big angel wings. Now keep these angel wings in mind because they literally come in handy later. So it's the night of Halloween, right? I was like, I'm only going there because there's not that many people there and COVID and whatever. So I get ready to go. I'm wearing homeless things. I'm like got my clothes in my bag so I look homeless, and then when I transform it, the illusion, whatever. So I leave out. I gotta catch 2 buses to get to where I'm going, and I get off the first bus. It's just crazy how I'm going to the next bus stop so I can get to where I'm going, to my friend's house basically, to get ready, right? Why is it that I'm stopped by 2 people, like 2 grown adults, right? Stop me and be like, do you sell drugs? And I was like, what? I was like, drugs? I was like, no. I was like, child, no, none of that, no, nope. Like, please keep it stepping. I don't sell drugs. Just because I'm dressed like this doesn't mean I sell drugs. That's stereotypical. But anyway, I get to my destination, whatever. I'm at my friend's house now, and we're getting changed. I'm getting changed anyway. And all I needed was to like put on my outfit, which was just a white jumper, my do-rags, my jewelry, and then my wings, right? Which was really stressful because the wings, I forgot they were like the same, they were bigger than me, and that's not right. Yikes. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna do all of this, right? Little did I know that my friend was coming, but he was gonna be late. So he came and we were like, oh, where was you? And he was just like, oh, I was getting like some last minute things basically. I asked my friend if like, where are we going? And she's like, oh, we're going in like 5 minutes. And I was like, what time do you have to be there? And she's like, oh, 7:30. And I'm like, baby, it's 7 o'clock. It's 7, right? So I'm like, we need to go. And she's like, no, we're going 5 minutes. We're going 5 minutes. So obviously 5 minutes goes past here. We're doing up like pre-hyping and whatever. So we're getting like all hyped with music. We're singing, screaming. I don't know why we were screaming, but we were screaming. My friend was singing, and she cracked, and like I cracked. And it was so funny because we were just like, oh, well, that's it. The parties, we're ready for it. Like, we were ready. And then I just was like, okay, time to go. So we get in the car. My friend obviously got us dropped off at the place that we were meant to go. Right. So, the craziest thing is, the place that we were meant to go, I was like, ooh, this is a fancy area. Right, with these big houses, right? We're going into a park.
Wait, stop the motherfucking music. You. Are you dumb?
At this point, I'm just like, peace out, right? But I'm thinking maybe it's just like a yardie party, and if you know what a yardie party consists of, then yeah. So I'm like, okay, it's just gonna be like an outdoor party, like we're gonna have a barbecue or whatever in the middle of the night. Me being dumb, thinking, why are we having a barbecue in the middle of the night? Not asking questions at all, not asking anything. I'm told we have to go through darkness to get to where we're going, right? So I'm like, okay, a blind person who can't actually see for the life of him, like, who wears glasses in the dark, right? Well, obviously the right thing to do is just get your flashlight out. So I'll just get my flashlight out. We're walking, right? And it's just mud. It's just mud. And I'm like, oh, I'm in my Jordans. And then I just looked at them. I'm in my Jordans and I'm upset. So we're walking, right, on this muddy path, and I've got my flashlight out, and because I've got some sort of madness going on in my hand, I don't know how I was gonna keep it. I have no hand-eye coordination, so my hand's doing nunchuck moves, right? And I'm not holding it straight, so we're in problems, right? And my friend's like, oh, it's this way. So we walked like 5 minutes down this long trail in the dark. And she says, turn right at this little bend. So I'm expecting a little bend, right? This little bend was not a bend. It was it was basically hell, right? So I was like, okay, so obviously Judas is out here to get me. When she said this bend, I was expecting a little, what it was oh, because there was a river, little did I know, me being blind, thinking, what's that reflecting at me? A big old river was just there. No barrier. No, if someone was crazy enough, they could have pushed me in there and I could have died. I was like, oh, so there's a big old river over there, okay. Internally I was screaming, yeah, so not a good sign. So she's made us make this little turn, this bend, yeah. I'm thinking she's crazy because when I hear this gushing water, yeah, like full on gushing water, I'm thinking we're at Niagara Falls. I didn't know I was going on vacation. I'm walking now and I'm like, how are we getting past this? She's like, just watch your step. And I'm like, I wait for like both my friends to get past. They both get past and I'm thinking, one of you almost slipped into it and died. So why am I gonna do it now? That's what I'm thinking, right? But my ass just does it anyway. I just walk. Okay, so I'm like, okay, I'm holding on, yeah. Also, by the way, I've got a bottle of KA in my hand, like this big old bottle with the £1.79 ones or whatever, how much they are. And I'm thinking, I can't do this. So obviously, I put the phone away. There's a tree, and I grab the tree and try and walk across this bend, right? And I'm like, okay, let's go. I'm thinking, oh, that's the worst of it, so we're done now. Where's this thing? Why are we ducking under trees? Where are we going? This doesn't seem like a yardie party. I've never been to a yardie party where I've got to duck under trees to get to this destination, right? I'm thinking we're done with this river shit, yeah. There's one big lagoon, one big old river in front of us, yeah. And we have to cross it. And I'm like, bridge where? Bridge here? Bridge there? No, there's no bridge. So how are we getting across this? My friend tells me, looks over at me and says, oh, the bridge is sunken, we're gonna have to jump. Jump. That's what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna jump. By the time I'm saying it, Mr. Daddy Longlegs has jumped over the whole riverbank. Yeah. My girl has jumped over she's jumped over the thing, yeah. And I'm like, babe, wagwan. Why have you jumped over the bank? with this big bottle of KA and my phone. How? I was like, what the f? I was not jumping, so obviously it took me 20 minutes, then I decided I have to jump, there's no other way. So I throw the bottle of KA, right? Most devastating part of the story, not gonna lie. The KA drops in the river and I just see it floating away. It just floats away. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna cry now because my bottle of KA has disappeared. I'm upset. So then I'm like, no, I'm not throwing my phone. So I put my phone in my pocket. I hold onto this bigger tree now, and I hold onto it and I like push on it to jump over. So I'm over it, yeah. I then be like, oh, where are we going now? And she continues to walk through more woods, and I'm like,
Girl.
I'm like, girl, what is you doing? And then she's just like, no, it's here, it's here. And I'm like, actually, I'm starting to hear music now, and I'm like, we're getting close, thank God, right? We gotta go through this little shed, yeah. Keep this little shed in mind as well, because there was glass everywhere. The shed's abandoned and it's got like big mishaps like in it, and it's just mashed up, right? It's literally like not even the same size as my room. Like you just walk through and then you just turn right and like turn right again. It's like literally right next to the shed that we were meant to actually be going into. I'm like, oh, okay, so it's decorated and stuff, and there's like food and other things, but like it's not like food that you would eat like at a party. It's not pizza and stuff. It's just like sweets. I'm like, okay, so this is a legit thing, and there's just 6 of us, so what's the harm? And plus they said no more gatherings than 6 at this time because this was Halloween, right? So obviously I'm devastated about my KA. Ripped to the KA. I was just like, oh, okay, I need a drink. I see a Lucozade and I see like Fanta and all this thing, and I love Fanta. I don't know why I didn't buy Fanta. I wouldn't have let it go, most probably. I would have been thinking straight. If I bought a Fanta, I should have bought a Fanta. So I go and make one, yeah, and I'm having a good time. I'm dancing for not even a full hour, most probably like 25 minutes to 50 minutes, most probably. I was dancing, and then I just, no, what? I hear, oh, knock, knock, knock. And I'm like, hold on a minute. Why can I hear not the king? It's carnival, because I opened the door to be like, oh, so there's 20 odd people outside. I was like, the police are gonna shut it down, everyone needs to go, right? Obviously they start asking, oh, okay, well, if we have to go, then are we going to get food? Is anyone going to get food with us? Like, they also, like, we say no, so there's like 5 of us in the shed left, right? Not even an hour, not even 20 minutes, not even 10, literally 5 minutes after they leave, right, I start hearing fireworks. It's like, it's Halloween, everyone's setting off fireworks. It's not that big of a deal, right? These fireworks keep getting closer, yeah. And I'm just like, I was like, are people bringing fireworks here? Getting all excited, looking like one clown, because when the door of this shed that I'm in swings open to only let a firework into the shed, lit up, then the door to be then closed behind the firework. Whilst we're in the shed, right, I start screaming. And I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna die. And I start screaming. My friends are in the corner, spinning around with each other, screaming as well. I clocked, I've got these big wings on. Imagine, I'm wearing white and I'm more muddy by this point because I had to go through trees. And I'm like, hold on a minute, if this thing explodes, I'm gonna protect myself because there's no way I could have literally died. I walk up to this firework, like, not even, why am I saying walk? Like, I walked onto a firework. You don't just, hi firework, you just blow up. And then, no, I ran up to this firework and I kicked it, yeah, away from us. just in case it does explode like right next to us. Whilst we were in the shed, this is what happens. So I'm like, oh my god, I've got these big wings on. There's no point me just standing here. So I turn around, there's other boys in front of me, and these two are spinning in the corner. There's one in front of me, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna use my wings, and I just protect myself, right? Why is it that if I didn't have 2 do-rags on, I had...
Long story short, this is why I had to wear 2 do-rags. So I need to got a hole in my head. I didn't explain it properly, sorry.
Wait, don't ask questions, you get me? I'm like, oh my god, it's exploding, and I'm so calm. Like, I was screaming, then I was calm whilst it was blowing up. And I don't know why I'm silent in dire situations like that. I was literally like, okay. And I just stopped. I just shut up, and I waited for silence. I thought I had died. I didn't know what going on, innit? So the fireworks stop. We are like, that's it, we need to get out of here. So it's a gang, right? It's a gang. People on the outside are screaming, get out, and I'm like, we're gonna die. I was like, well, if this is it, then at least I looked nice, you know? We're running out, yeah. Me and my wings get trapped in the door because the door's like this big. Because the shed that we were in is not even as big as my room. Again, like, it's literally like this much width in it, right? Exiting the room, the little shed, there is bare boys just lined up in purge masks and stuff. And I'm thinking, right. I literally did not care. I was like, well, I'm just gonna get out and go to my bed, right? And no one's running, because if you run, you will slip and break something. God knows you'll slip and break anything. So we get through them as quick as possible. We get to that little riverbank, and I'm like,
excuse me, I'm fucking out of here right now.
But during the party, like, this boy was telling me about the way to actually get in and how we should have come through a different way where we didn't have to cross no rivers or nothing. And I was like, oh, could have told me that before. These people behind me start screaming, run after them.
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Fireworks get flung at us, and I'm like, nope, 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 nope. My indications are like, remember what he said, go that way. So I tell these dogs, come this way now. And then we start running the opposite direction, like the other direction, before we literally, like, the river's here, and we start going that way, right? There's a little open like way through this fence. And I'm like, okay, we need to get through it, right? So we start running. This one boy's behind us with like fireworks, and he starts shooting them off at us. We're all running the right way. For some reason, I don't know why, God knows why, but we split up. The boy goes this way, my friend goes this way, and I'm like, where? So little did I know I was going the right way, like, to get out, right? Obviously, I'm wearing, as you can see, these glasses in the middle of the night, so it's black. It's just black. It's darker than me. And me being stupid, not taking off the glasses, like, I'm just like, hello, I didn't realize until after I could have just taken them off and I could have seen where I was going. I come off course, right, and I go to a dead end like an idiot. The boy catches up with me, and I'm like, well, this is it, right? I'm like, oh, well, goodbye. I'm like, about to pass away, and he's just there like, so I turned really fast there with my wings on again. These things come in handy when I tell you they were so big, they were literally protection. He's shooting off sparklers at me, like 16 or 17 sparklers at me, and I'm just like, in my head, these are fireworks. If I don't move, they're going to explode. They're going to kill me. And I'm just, imagine, I'm not even screaming. The weirdest thing is, the whole night, I was screaming before, and then I just stopped. He stops because he ran out of sprinkler, right? He runs away, and I'm like, oh my god, before these things explode, let me go. In my head, I'm like, let's run. So I'm like, where are you? One jumps out of this ditch, yeah. And I'm thinking, why were you down there? One comes out of a tree, a bloody 1,700-foot tree. But how how did you do that? Like, bruh, I was on the ground getting shot at. Luckily, I had wings to protect me, you know. I was basically in the Avengers. I was literally an Avenger. Like, I don't want to hear it. I was a superhero. I don't want to shut up. So we get on track. We end up getting out. Then
me and Reese and Mickey just got shot. A firework got thrown in shed, and we. Oh my God! We just got shot.
we're on our way home, right? Little do I know that these lot can't hear me properly because the fireworks were so loud, it made them like partially deaf for a minute. Like, so I had to be like, oh, because I'm used to that kind of noise because I'm listening to music 24/7 in my ear, right? I'm telling them we need to get Uber, we need to get Uber. They're not hearing me because I'm not being loud enough. I'm not screaming anymore, come out of the thing. And then my friend who I invited prior, who was literally just one more friend that was meant to come, was like, oh, what's going on? Because she said she wasn't coming anymore. And then she came and I was like, do not go in there. Do not go in there. I looked at my friend's head who was with me and she was bleeding from the back. I didn't want to put her in shock, but she kept telling us she was bleeding and I didn't want to put her in shock. So I didn't say you're bleeding from the head out the back, right? Because the firework obviously shot into her head and it was just a gash in the back of her head. And I was like, oh my God, 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 oh my God. She books the Uber. Then we go back to her house, right? We get in the house and we all just like stare at each other like, did that just happen? So I give her like first aid, like I clean it up and whatever, and like we just get food and whatever. And then I'm sweating. Ugh. Every time, it's just every time. We're sitting on the bed and we're just discussing what happened. We go to bed and then we just like go into bed now. We're going to bed now. Oh my God, can everyone shut up, please? We're waking up from, I'm asleep, right? And we wake up the next day and it's just a normal day and I'm just still in shock from what happened. Then obviously we make breakfast in my friend's house.
That is amazing. Wow. Like, oh my God. The flavor, oh my God, it's so real. Like,
that's basically what happened after that. Like, it was just crazy. Like, no one knew what to do. I was fine because if I'm honest, I like a bit of danger, but that was wow. I'm never doing that again. I do not recommend that. Fireworks is not the way to go. And if you're setting fireworks off, have a responsible adult at your side. So that's all for today's video. I almost got killed. But yeah, like the video, comment and subscribe and whatever, and do what you need to do in it and get things done. By the way, oh, I have a lighter just because I like to light incense. I don't do what you think. Thank you for watching. Subscribe. And I'll see you lot in the next one. If another firework gets set off near me, PTSD forever. Bye.